Elon Musk, the genius behind Tesla and SpaceX, strolling through the streets of Los Angeles when he stumbles upon a struggling inventor. What happens next changes a life forever. This is a tale of kindness, genius, and second chances. Stick around to the end. It's worth it. Let's dive in. It was a crisp October morning in Los Angeles. The sun was just rising over the horizon, casting a golden glow on the city's skyline. Elon Musk, dressed in a sleek black leather jacket and his signature sunglasses, was walking along the bustling streets near Venice Beach. He'd just wrapped up a meeting about Tesla's latest self-driving tech and decided to skip the car ride back to clear his mind. The salty ocean breeze mixed with the hum of the city as he walked, lost in thought. But then, something, or rather someone, caught his eye. Near a weathered bench on the sidewalk sat a man, hunched over an old tattered notebook. His clothes were frayed, his shoes worn thin, and beside him was a small cardboard sign that read, "Inventor in need. Please help." In his hands, he clutched a pencil, scribbling furiously as if the world around him didn't exist. Elon stopped in his tracks. The crowd flowed around him, tourists snapping photos, locals rushing to work. But he couldn't look away. There was something about the man's focus, the way his tired hands moved with purpose. Curious, Elon stepped closer, his shadow falling over the notebook. "Hey," he said casually, "what are you working on there?" The man froze. He looked up slowly, and when he saw Elon Musk standing before him, his jaw dropped. The pencil slipped from his fingers, clattering to the pavement. I'm James," he stammered, his voice rough but earnest. "James Carter. I used to be an engineer. I've been designing things, ideas I can't let go of." Elon tilted his head, intrigued. "Can I see?" he asked, nodding toward the notebook. James hesitated, then handed it over with trembling hands. Elon flipped through the pages, his sharp eyes scanning the sketches, intricate rocket designs, solar panel arrays, equations scribbled in the margins. His eyebrows shot up. "These are impressive. Really impressive. Why are you out here?" James sighed, rubbing his unshaven face. "It's a long story. I was an aerospace engineer once, worked for a small firm, saved up everything I had to start my own company. I built a prototype, a mini rocket engine, efficient and cheap, but I couldn't get funding. Investors said it was too risky. I sank into debt, lost my apartment, my car, everything. Been on the streets for 8 months now, but I keep drawing. It's all I've got left." Elon listened intently, his expression unreadable. James's words hit him harder than he expected. Here was a man who'd poured his soul into his dreams, only to be crushed by circumstance. It reminded Elon of his own early days, sleepless nights coding in a tiny apartment, betting it all on crazy ideas like PayPal and SpaceX. He couldn't just walk away. He pulled out his phone. "James," he said firmly, "stay right here. We're going to fix this." Stepping a few feet away, he dialed his assistant. "Natasha, I need you to find the nearest hotel with an open room, something nice, and get a SpaceX engineer down here ASAP. Tell them it's urgent." On the other end, Natasha's calm voice replied, "Right away, Mr. Musk. Give me 10 minutes." Elon returned to James, who was watching him with a mix of confusion and faint hope. "First things first," Elon said. "Let's get you some food." He waved over a nearby taco truck, one of those classic LA street vendors, and ordered 2 plates of steaming beef tacos with extra guacamole. They sat on the curb together, eating in silence for a moment. James's hands shook as he took his first bite. The warmth of the food, a stark contrast to the chilly morning air. Between bites, Elon started asking questions. "Tell me more about that rocket engine. How did you power it? What went wrong?" James's eyes lit up, the fatigue fading as he spoke. "It was a hybrid design, liquid fuel with a solid booster. I tested it in a garage once. It lifted off 10 feet before I ran out of money. If I'd had a proper lab..." His voice trailed off, lost in what-ifs. Elon nodded thoughtfully. "Sounds like you just needed a push. I've been there." He glanced at his watch. Natasha was fast, as always. Minutes later, a sleek black Tesla Model X rolled up to the curb, its doors opening silently. A young SpaceX engineer, Alex, stepped out, carrying a tablet and a curious grin. Natasha followed, clipboard in hand, her efficiency practically radiating. "James," Elon said, helping him to his feet, "this is your ride." James blinked, overwhelmed. "Wait, why are you doing this? You don't even know me." Elon met his gaze, his tone steady. "Because I was once a broke dreamer too, and good ideas don't deserve to die on the street." The Tesla whisked them to a nearby boutique hotel in Santa Monica, just a few blocks from the ocean. Natasha had called ahead, and the staff greeted James like royalty. They escorted him to a spacious suite on the top floor, complete with a king-sized bed, a stunning view of the Pacific, and a bathroom stocked with fresh towels and robes. James stood in the doorway, speechless, as a bellhop handed him a keycard. Alex sat down with James's notebook, poring over the designs. "This propulsion system," he muttered, tapping his tablet. "It's rough, but the math checks out. With some tweaks, this could actually fly." Elon grinned. "Then let's make it fly. Set up a test. I want to see it in action." Meanwhile, Natasha had contacted Innovate for Tomorrow, a nonprofit dedicated to helping struggling inventors and engineers get back on their feet. Within the hour, their representative, Sarah, arrived at the hotel. She was a warm, energetic woman with a knack for turning chaos into opportunity. Sitting beside James on the suite's plush sofa, she said, "James, we're here to help. We'll find you a place to live, connect you with investors, and get your projects off the ground. You're not alone anymore." James's eyes welled up. He turned to Elon, who stood by the window, gazing out at the waves. "Mr. Musk, I don't know how to thank you. This is more than I ever dreamed." Elon walked over, placing a hand on his shoulder. "You don't need to thank me. Just build that rocket. Show the world what you've got." The next morning, things moved fast. Innovate for Tomorrow secured James a small apartment in Pasadena, close to tech hubs where he could network. Elon, through the Musk Foundation, wrote a check to cover his rent for a year and fund the first prototype test of his rocket engine. Alex promised to mentor James, scheduling a visit to SpaceX's Hawthorne facility to refine the design. Before leaving, Elon handed James a sleek SpaceX cap. "Wear this when you launch that rocket," he said with a rare, genuine smile. James clutched the cap, his voice steady for the first time in months. "I will, Mr. Musk, and I'll make it worth your faith in me." As Elon stepped out of the hotel and into the LA sunshine, he felt a quiet satisfaction. In less than 24 hours, one man's life had gone from despair to possibility. For James Carter, the future wasn't just a dream anymore. It was a blueprint, ready to take flight. And that's the end of this amazing story. What do you think? Did Elon's kindness surprise you? If this tale of second chances inspired you, hit that like button and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. We've got more incredible stories coming your way. Drop a comment below. What would you invent if you got a shot like James? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.